Hello and welcome to this edition of Big Scott 35 Saturday Chat. I know it's been a few weeks. Rolling over today. Thought I'd do one. Um, you know, Talked a little bit last week of again on Monday night of just I didn't buy anything this week for any hobby. I've just been working on my apartment, redoing it, resetting things since I decided I'm gonna stay here for the next couple of years, pay off some stuff, and just hunker down here. Um, Very stressful week in a lot of areas in my life. Hurt my back on Monday. Uh, was out of work a couple of days, but I feel a lot better today, being Saturday. But yeah, just crazy week. And but again, I didn't do anything Wednesday. I do have a couple of things that came in. I did buy two cards, but not cards from a company. They're art cards, so you probably know who I bought those from. Um, and I have gotten a couple of things in that I bought. It's taken a while to get to me. I have been selling stuff. I've been working on that. Like I said, trying to subtract some stuff out of my collection. Um, Been doing pretty good so far. Just stay on it. I put in probably a good handful of cards every day, and I try to list one on eBay every day, one Monday through Friday. Weekends I take off from all jobs unless I'm working overtime, and that job does not pay enough for me to work on the weekend. So just trying to do a little bit different, as you can tell, a little bit different behind me than usual. Um, Still working on it, work in progress, and that's, to me, it's part of the hobby. If you're fortunate enough to have displays in your household, or get to do any, even if you only have one shelf in a your whatever, uh, just it's always fun to mess with that. Whatever you have, I'm fortunate enough to have a little bit more than that. So yeah, trying to, I've seen some, I talked about Victor and some people in there talking about business and a hobby, and I just want to clear up one thing. Yes, there's elements to this hobby that's business always, but I think the business part people confuse as their hobby part. If you're doing it as a business, it's no longer a hobby. Look up the definition. Um, but you could make side money on your hobby, right? But too many people are trying to make a hustle out of this, either on a side or as your main stream of income. And I don't care. That's fine. I applaud you for that, because that's how I get my cards. I've said this 100 million times, but it seems that side of it has lost touch, and that side also includes the big, the owners of the cards, the owners of the uh, grading companies, anything, the only companies that seem like that have not forgotten the collector are the companies that make protective stuff. And I think the reason that is because there's so many of them out there, and are more being born every day. So what did I say before? Competition breeds greatness. It helps us in prices. It helps us, makes them be better in every way. Better product, better customer service, all that. Monday night I took back some of my rant against CGC, but again, customer service was still not there. All I expect is to be let know when you get my cards. I shouldn't have to wait or keep looking at because I saw like in 4 days somebody received them, but it doesn't tell me who received them. Some guy down the street could have got them for all I know. I don't know. But I have to wait until y'all put them up on your website. Before y'all were giving me an email, or they were giving me an email, and that just kind of hit me wrong. I just not that great on that one, and that's what set off that rant. But like I said, I pulled that back some. They got them back in a timely manner, not in a 25-day win. Well, it was in a 25-day window of when they received them. That's the other part that I don't like. But they're not the only ones to do it. All three of them do it. I'm sure the other smaller companies do it too. That's something that they don't again. Don't pee on me and tell me it's raining. Tell me how long it's going to take. Just receive them. If I can't, if I don't know. So I'm not asking for much. If it takes 40 days, it takes 40 days. Just tell us. I just want to, again, if you're out there selling and hustling, again, I don't agree with calling it investing. Never have, and I never will. Please don't invest in baseball cards. Have fun with baseball cards. Please just don't call it investing. And I have to, I'm not taking any credit, but I have to say, hashtag take the hobby back is starting. I haven't seen that hashtag. Let me say that. I won't start it on this show. But I have seen it, have heard, seen Suze talk about it. I have heard other people talk about it. And I think it's awesome. We collectors need to kind of put a flag down and say, this hobby is ours. We're going to dictate the terms, not the guys flipping the cards back and forth between each other. Y'all can keep the $5,000 Burrow RPA rookie card. I don't need it. Or the, Josh Allen, now it's $5 or whatever you have. I don't know. Right. I think the speculation has gotten crazy. It wasn't too long ago. You were putting $20 down on a rookie card was speculating, not 5,000. They haven't done anything. I think that's where the investing part comes in, because they're treating it as a stock instead of a baseball card. They're selling it back and forth. They're looking at it. Even the charts look like stock charts. In reality, it's only worth what the next person is willing to pay for it. And if that next person is not willing to go $1 more, that's what I keep asking about these cards is, what is the ceiling, right? When somebody buys, I don't know, the kid from Washington, $5,000 rookie card of his, what's the ceiling? What is your return on that investment? What are you expecting to sell it at? If you're investing or you're a seller, you don't want to hang on to it for a long time, right? So what is the next step? You hope he wins the rookie of the year and breaks rookie records? I don't know what you're looking for. And then it seems like next year it's going to be a new crop of rookie quarterbacks, and that guy's going to get forgotten about. Or drop. I mean, we've seen it with Mahomes. He's a generational quarterback, but his prices had gone down, and they should, because where was the ceiling? Where was the ceiling? I guess he's won Super Bowls, but I don't know how many records he's broken or whatever. And football is the ultimate team sport. you got to have a great quarterback, but you got to have all the other parts. Which is like that in basically all other sports. Basketball is right the only one where you only need 2 or 3 guys, right? Everything else, you got to have a good, solid team. You got to have some working parts. Um, I just sit here and scratch my head sometimes. And why a box comes out at $950? I know the stuff, the WNBA select stuff, flying out of Target. I get a notification that they're in a Target shop and they're gone before I can even look. I know my friend's been trying to grab one. I just want to open one. I'm going to look for some singles. That's what I do. And, I think this is going to be the first one where the ladies are wearing her actually jerseys. Now, the only one I've seen on Caitlin, she's holding the jersey of her, select RPA. So I don't, I'm just not going to overbuy that stuff either. I mean, you don't, especially with women sports. And I mean this, they have they got other things going on. A man can have a family and not have to quit the sport. A woman cannot, right? Unless she is somebody else is having the child for, right? Theoretically, in most of the time, if she is pregnant, 100% of the time she can't play. And then she has to make a decision and postpartum and all this other stuff they got to deal with. And, they get 6 weeks off in most jobs now. There's a section of our world that wants them to have longer, which I don't have a problem with. And men too off. But, in sports, it seems like they can't have that. I don't know how long, recovery is for them. I'm not a woman, so to buy stuff that high, you don't know how long their career is going to be. I mean, you're not just thinking of injury. You're thinking about, her name is leaving me. She was playing professional soccer here in I believe in Wilmington. I can't remember. She had a couple of kids and decided to retire before she's, even in her late 20s to have a family. Can't fault them. If it was a man, I can't fault them. Anybody for that. But it's probably a little bit just tougher on the woman because of society, the societal thing. So, I just find it hard to pay that much for those cards. You don't know how long of a career they're going to have, or how even I'm not going to resell them, right? I just like anything. Now I've started looking for some of the hot rookies, even though I'm not buying anything. Some of the hot rookies of the hot players, right, in NBA, or WNBA, and I talked to Wesker Griff. He's helped me find a couple or one player. I just, I don't know how I got to WNBA, but I'm just using that as an example. That's right now. Baseball, there's going to be more. Baseball's kind of settled down a little bit in that regards. Now it's more of the hot rookie than the first card. And even the rookies, I think people have figured out, hey, let's pump the brakes on this. But, they want the hot, they wait a couple of years. Now, Ohtani's rookie cards are exploded. Judge has exploded now for a couple of years. There some guys, there might be some players that have a hot spring or something, and their cards will be hot for a minute or two, or somebody have a great week. But for the most part, it's kind of chilled out. in this business with the NIL and like Bowman U and college stuff. I don't know how I'm really feeling about that. I thought it'd be great for the players. Now we're talking about you can have preteens signing NILs now because anybody can make money off their likeness or signatures or show up at an event or whatever, making a lot of money. And I just hope, you know, they have people around them that are looking out for their best interest. I mean, our UVA coach, basketball coach, quit. I would love to know what great guy. I would love to know what happened, why. I'm sure it had to be. He said it was mostly NIL, so it had to be a bad. And for two players to quit, you know, must have been a bad time. But I just wanted to jump on here, get a few thoughts out. You know, again, not buying anything, hobby related. I did buy another box of one touches from Penny Saver, the gentleman from the show. He's the only one. He's got a good price, and for that price, he's the only one that has them in stock all the time. So it's just easy. I've been trying this other company, and he never had the 35s, and I have a lot of 35s, and I want to get those and put away. And so that's about it. You know, I got you know, like these. I mean, you know, these Billy Ripken autos and Gary Renicky. You know, I love my 80s Orioles. I could sit here. I mean, Ken Singleton. You know, I picked a lot of those up at the National for next to nothing. I was happy. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I just wanted to reiterate what I meant last week. Both with Victor, you know, talking about the business. I just think people get a little confused. The business is the business when it comes to the business. But you can't have the business part of your hobby as well. I hope you can figure that out when I'm talking. You know, if I'm selling, yeah, there's money being generated. I'm buying stuff. That's money crossing tables. That's a business. That's part of my hobby. But if I sat here and all I did was sell, buy cards to flip them to sell, you're not collecting. If you tell me, oh, I've had 6 of these, I've held 6 of these, well, where are they at? Oh, I sold them. You're not collecting. You're a seller. And I don't have a problem with that. Just keep me in your mind when you have certain cards, right? So until next time, Sunday night, I'll be on here again live. Bring your thoughts and questions. Yep. So until then, see ya. Subscribe if you haven't.